Hello, good morning. It is actually morning and it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm getting ready because we're gonna go watch the Super Bowl at a dive bar because I am classy like that. So anyway, I want to play makeup though because I have some time to kill, and I want to do a kind of a skin focused and more bold lip look with a nice kind of soft eye, and we're gonna use some beautiful Charlotte Tilbury. I can't do it. Charlotte Tilbury. I'm trying to say like Teresa's dead and I can't get it out. And I did the other day. Like I was talking to my husband and I just said it that way. And anyway, because he was asking why I needed $300 or something. No, 400. Because I was just joking. I was like, can I have 400 and something, like this very specific amount? And he's like, why? And I was like, Charlotte Tilbury. Because that and Huda, that was why I wanted the money. And why I sell perfume. Anyway, I was trying to weasel a huge Valentine's Day present out of him instead of just the perfume. Anyways, we're going to use these today on the face. This is the Nudegasm palette and the Eyes Smoky Eyes Are Forever palette, which I think can also double as a really good everyday palette with a little pop of something extra. And for the skin, I am going to use the Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation, which I threw on yesterday by itself and loved it. My skin looked beautiful. I don't like powder foundation. Apparently, I like this one. So we're gonna play with this today again, and I'm gonna like pay closer attention because I am doing a review, kind of an overview of the Age Perfect line and an in-depth review of each of the foundations. And I'm gonna use the primer that goes with, which I accidentally already put a primer on and forgot, but we can. It's okay. So I'm not going to be able to give you a very good analysis of this primer because I'm a dummy. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on and just give you a first impression real quick because I just picked this up. It is very powdery feeling and cold feeling. Like it has a very cooling feel to it. Very silicone-y, gritty almost. Powdery. And it feels like a liquid powder almost when you rub it into the skin. It gets cold and then just kind of, I feel like it disappears into the skin. It feels really good. Like, I love how silky it feels. That's what it feels like. Incredibly silky. And it has like a pinky tone to it, but you don't see that on the skin. That it goes on clear. I was wondering if it would be kind of similar to like the Perfecting Base. And it does have that thickness to it, but this definitely thins out in a very melty, weird, liquid powder type of feel. Getting some pilling, but that's probably because I've put on 2 primers today accidentally. But anyways, this is called the Blurring Face Primer Infused with Caring Serum, and it's in the shade Rose or Rosy. It doesn't have a shade really, but it does make your skin look quite matte. It's a mattifying product, which I thought was a good companion because everything in the Age Perfect line is so dewy. That a mattifying primer is probably a good way to go because look how matte I look. All right, let me get a better look here in the mirror. I want to see. Yeah, my skin does look blurred. It has kind of a soft focus look to it. It's not like extreme or anything too crazy, but it looks nice. Yeah, actually that looks really nice. Let's say it's not over the top. You know what that feels like in texture? Kind of like the meltiness of it is akin to the Wet n Wild silicone-free Impossible Primer or whatever. However, I think this thing is probably loaded with silicone. Let's see. Which I don't care. I really don't care about that. I just don't want a ton of it in my skincare. Oh yeah, dimethicone, polymer. Yeah, I see dimethicone on here like 3 times. Yeah. Oh, and lots of polymers. So this is plastic. Which, hey, if it makes me look good, I don't care that much. I'm not that picky. But this is meant to give a soft focus effect, healthy looking complexion, diffuse the look of fine lines. And I do think it did kind of diffuse them. It definitely diffused the pore area nicely and does have a nice soft focus look to the skin. But we will be testing that further, and I want to get kind of in depth with it because that's how I am. Put on a little bit of concealer real quick. I'm going to whip out my Age Perfect concealer because that's what goes with everything, and I love the Age Perfect concealer. I can tell you that right now. This is one of my favorites. One of my favorite things from the line. It's not super high coverage, but it's enough coverage, and it's just beautiful. It is so pretty and really gives that nice light diffusing look to the skin. It, I think, is definitely something great for mature skin. I don't feel like it settles or anything. It's very, very thin. And I'm just going to put a little bit on any blemishes because we're going to do the powder foundation, and it's not super heavy coverage. It's actually a pretty nice coverage level. It's not one of those that's just going to blank your skin out. I'm going to use this to kind of take down any spots and areas that I like a little bit more coverage around the nose and the usual areas. And I'm going to blend that out with a little foundation brush. This is a e.l.f. buffing brush. So you're going to tap right there over pimple. See, it covers the blemish, but it's so lightweight. It's definitely, to me, one of the better drugstore concealers, and there's a lot of good drugstore concealers. This one and like the Incognito from Wet n Wild, oh, they are on another level good. Like, camo concealer is good, but those are good. I'm just gonna tap that out and around the eye where I need some coverage. I wasn't intending to do like a full face type of thing today, but here we are. I just kind of wasn't paying attention and just went and turned the camera on. Like, oh, well, I guess we're doing brows and everything on camera. I've been having more redness right in this little spot, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to put just a little extra love on that side. This one little red patch. And now I'm going to take the powder foundation. And I like to, in the areas I want to build it up more, use a beauty sponge. But for the rest of the face, I just use a big old powder brush. This one's pretty dense. And you could use any kind of like dense powder brush, would do great. I'm just going to start at the perimeter. It's a little bit deep on me. So I'm going to kind of start right down here. It's deep on me, but it makes me look alive. And just kind of work it around the jaw just to take down any redness there. And this really does even out the skin tone so nicely. Now it says you can like build it to like a full coverage. I definitely would not do that because it's gonna build up on your skin. Any powder is gonna look like that. But I think doing just a softer application of it is gonna look gorgeous and even things out nicely. This is a really good product for people who just don't want to fuss with makeup but want their skin to look a little even. This is the one. It's very quick and just easy product. So kind of right around the nose, we're just going to tap, and I put just a tiny bit on the sponge. Just kind of press it in right here where I want more coverage. You see my skin still looks like my skin, it just looks a little bit more even. I think it looks so nice. A little around the eye. This isn't one that I would go to for like just as a setting powder. This product, to me, it doesn't set makeup very well because it has that creaminess to it. Even though it is a powder, it will go creamy on your skin. Like, it looks radiant. To me, it reminds me of the like It Cosmetics illuminating foundations, powder foundation. It's similar to that. But I think those have like light reflection in it. This doesn't have light reflection, I don't believe. And I can pounce it in like this and not get a heavy look to the skin. I think it is just truly, you know, an easy product. So the skin just looks super even. And just kind of no fuss type of product. This is like out the door in a hurry, bring it with you, put it on in the car, that kind of thing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do some skin here, some contouring, because I want to be a contoured, sculpted goddess. Says me who shame ate pasta last night. So take my little powder brush here, and I'm just going to sculpt out the face. I'm using the Sculpt shade from the Nudegasm. I feel like that Age Perfect line really did something unique. They're finishes that I haven't seen from other brands at the drugstore. Alright, take Super Sculpt, just a wee bit. I'm going to give the nose a nice little contour. little fluffy brush. This is actually, I think, an e.l.f. one. Yeah, e.l.f. eye blender. These are good little blender brushes just to have on hand. And I'm going to take some of the Sculpt shade and just bring it around the eye. Just to kind of get the eye look started. Everything feels very cohesive. Nicely contoured skin. And Super Sculpt now. This is like the best like eye lifty trick right here. Also makes my insanely huge brow bone seem smaller. I'm going to take the highlight from this palette, the nude shade. And I'm going to run that right here. Just on the brow bone a little bit. On the tip of the nose, right here. I love a little bit of glow right there. I go ahead and bring that around onto the high points of the face. Alright, and then I'm going to take the Multi-Glow and kind of just pop it right here. More in a bit of a blushier placement, a little more broadly. I'm going with a lipstick called Cedar, more Cedar. I feel like Milani Nude Glow is going to be the way to go. Or Nude Kiss. It just, this color is perfect. It goes with everything. I would also say Mood Exposure from Hourglass would be a nice one. I got this out already. Let's go in with it. The formula of this reminds me a bit more of the Patrick Ta Cream Blush. Kind of shine a little bit to it, that skin-like glow, but it's not greasy. And it's not powder, or it's not balmy feeling. It's just very nice. This blush just makes me happy. I just love it. So happy I picked it up. It's kind of like my perfect blush shade. I like to bring it like right all around here. Really drape with it. Yesterday I did just Velvet Wine from Burt's Bees. No contour or anything. It was so pretty. Just as like that. And I think it is kind of a soft berry lip. I just think it came out so nice. Alright, a little bit of this on the nose. I like a little bit of blush right here because I rub my nose throughout the day, and if you make it look intentional, when it's red, it's just a little trick from me to you of somebody with allergies. Make that little red nose intentional. Make it feel like it belongs. Let's go ahead and move on to the eyes now. Take our Smoky Eyes Are Forever palette, which looks like this. I mean, you could definitely get some soft looks out of this. You don't have to go full smoky eye. The versatility of this little palette is freaking awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take a bit of this brown shade right here, this mid-tone brown from Power Eyes. I'm going to take out that same little fluffy brush, just a tiny, and just run that right through the socket, nice and soft. I feel like I've been doing a lot of soft looks lately. So whatever season I'm in here is apparently the soft season. I think it was more, I was just a little bored. I'm just feeling more compelled by these kind of looks. Sculpted, glowy, nice. Now, let's take a little bit of our darkest brown here. It is in the Confident Eyes little section down here. I'm going to take a bit of that. And on a small brush, let's use this little guy from Morphe. This is an M152. One of my favorites. I'm going to take just a bit of that. And I'm going to kind of put it right at the lashes. And smudge it. I'm keeping it at the outer corner. And I'm just going to tuck a little bit like right here and kind of almost swoop it into a wing shape, or flick it rather. Swoop, flick, whatever terminology you prefer. And just add some depth right out there. There, that looks understated but pretty. I like it. You could also take some brown liner and lay that down right there as well if you wanted to. This makes me think of a very Michelle Wong look with just the soft brown liner and kind of understatedness to it. She does that beautiful, like, elegant, sophisticated shimmer on the lid. That's what we're going to go for today. I'm going to use the same little brush. I think I'm going to take, let's see, which one of these shimmers do I want to go for? I'm going to take just a touch from the Love Eyes, this middle one right here, on my same brush. I'm going to pat that onto the lid. You can also use your finger. This is such a, like a pretty kind of everyday little section right here, the Love Eyes. Alright, I'm just going to put that shade on the lid for like a little wash of some shine and color. And this is a palette I'm not scared of fallout from. It doesn't have hardly any at all. You may get some of these little micro glitters dropping down, but that's about it. So it's just really an easy palette to work with. I'm curious if all her other palettes feel that way. That's so pretty and just soft. I like that. And I took a little bit of the other shade, the other shimmer in the Love Eyes palette, the really light gold champagne, and we hit that right here. Okay, let's see. Maybe a little bit more of our dark brown. Just right there. Touch that up. Make sure it is still visible and has some impact. And I can take my big blending brush here and just come right around that edge. Hell yeah. And on the lower lash line, I use the same little brush here. This is one of my favorite brushes ever. Is this one, the M152 from Morphe. I have a look. I'm on the hunt for like a dupe from any other brand because I'm not the biggest Morphe fan necessarily, but I love this one brush. It's so good. And the M562, fantastic little baby brush for if you have hooded small eyes. Oh, such a good brush. Good for nose contour as well. Alright, under eye, I'm going to take the dark brown and just join it up. It's right there on the outer corner. Just give a little bit of a swoop to the eye. Just kind of working with my natural eye shape, not trying to alter it or anything. Just working with its natural shape and giving it some lift. Alright, and a little bit more of that highlight, that shimmer, just right there. Pretty, pretty. It's just something so soft and so easy and nice. I love, looks like this, or you just throw it on and feel pretty. And it's not a whole lot of anything. It's just kind of sophisticated. Did I mention I'm going to a dive bar to watch football? Why am I doing this? If anything, I should want to look completely unapproachable. Alright, now I'm going to go get the brows filled in and done and pop on some mascara. That it's a bit of a process, so I'll spare you that drama, and I'll be right back for the lips and any little finishing touches. See you in just a minute. Alright, we're back. Brows are on. Adjust you a little bit. There we go. Brows are on, and mascara. So for brows, I use the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara and AOA Studio Pencil. And my lashes is a combo of Lancome Cils Booster and Bite Beauty Upswing. That's a combo. just look at these lashes, okay? Try it. Alright, so finish things off. Let's go in on the lips. I have a lip liner here from ABH. This is in Cool Brown. We're going to use that with the Maybelline Ultimate in More Cedar, which is kind of a burgundy, dark burgundy, dirty color. I feel like they should call this mahogany, more mahogany than, do they have one already called that maybe? Either way, I don't, well, yeah, I guess cedar is red too. Cedar, yeah. But I feel like this is just more a mahogany tone than it is a cedar. Cedar's brighter orangey to me. Anyway, Cool Brown from ABH. Let's line the lips. I have the an ABH lipstick in Toffee, which would also look pretty with today's look. But I want something really long wearing that I ain't gotta fuss with. But this color would look gorgeous for today. But these Maybelline Ultimates, I know I can put that on and kind of blot it and not have to touch it for hours. So that's one of the main reasons I want to use it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful color. So let's line these lips. Let's overline these lips. These are nice lip liners. I think they're a very good size. I like how square they are so they don't roll off. And they're just a little more ergonomic because of that, and they just don't go rolling everywhere. These are definitely makeup artists, geared towards makeup artists with that, because it's just functional. Just functional. Can we get more square pencils? Yeah, that's a pretty color with today's look also. It's a little more browny, but this has a bit more red in it, and that's another thing I think would be pretty with this look. Yeah, I love the Maybelline Ultimates. Have we talked about that enough? I'm not sure. I need to drive that point home to you. These are great. These are awesome lipsticks. These and the Color Fetish from Milani. You don't need any other lipsticks in your life. There we go. Oh, I love this color. It's such a perfect deep burgundy shade. It's so nice. It's so 90s goodness. Oh, yes. My kind of color right here. Like it's almost black, almost brown. But there's just that lovely red in there. All right, and I'm gonna throw on some earrings real quick. I have like a basket of jewelry that I just throw in here of various earrings. I think yesterday I was digging here and couldn't find a matching pair for some reason. Yeah, I think all the jewelry I want to wear is actually in my bathroom, or my bedroom. Cool. Okay, look is all complete. I had to go dig up some jewelry because I left it all in the other room. But here we are already. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and seeing how I created this little soft, easy, not much to it, but elevated kind of glam look. I don't know. I like the bold lip, the vampy lip with the kind of softer eye, and skin focus, very pretty, fresh, natural looking skin. And you can see, like, look at the glow coming through. That's using a powder foundation, and my skin just looks very nice. I love it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay spooky. Bye now.